Kamala's cash campaign. Tonight, we're going to take a look into the DNC and their bribery of TikTok influencers in order to gain ground in the 2024 election. Also, we're going to talk about Jamal Trulove, the young man who was basically set up and framed by Kamala Harris in her office back in the early 2000s. All that and more on episode number 78 of Up to Speed with Tripp Simpson.
I'd rather get it out the mud than get it for free. I'd rather settle it up front than run and retreat. I son these niggas just for fun, no need for caprice. And if you tell me that I'm done, you must think I'm deceased. With every breath I take, I'm taking it further. Fuck the word a couple times and deserter. Killing niggas off with every word, I'm talking first degree murder. Just sit back, relax, be the observer. See niggas really want me out of line, I'm seeing the signs. Every time I speak what's on my mind, I'm reaching divine. No, I need my mental realign, so I'm taking my time. But I can't let these people just define what they don't understand. I'm a real nigga, it's deep in my veins. And if you cut me open right now, you'd understand the reason I speak with the pain. I know a lot of people seek my defeat and it's strange, cause they gon' be the real reason I peak with the fame. All these opinions from people who never made it, I truly would rather speak with the greatest. I'm talking Drake, Cole, and Lil Wayne. Man, I know I ain't famous, but I'ma make them seek me out when they play this. The name is King Art, reppin' that Southeast. Niggas always doubt me, but I keep it real. Other niggas hella mouthy. Pillow talking niggas always saying shit about me. Every time we bring it up, the conversation get cloudy, so I learn to move different. I never ask for permission, only forgiveness from the people who would choose to listen. A lot of niggas turn their back, I guess they mood switching. I tried to hold it all in, but man, it's too tempting. Listen, we don't compare, I thought you knew different. I thought you knew better than this, I guess you fools slipping. See, jealousy gon' take control and have you tomb digging. And we gon' leave you in that bowl like the spoon missing. All right, let's get it. Welcome to episode number 78 of Up to Speed with Tripp Simpson Live. I am your host, Tripp Simpson, in the building.
The king in the north! The king in the north!
That's right. Before we get this live stream started today, first and foremost, you know we got to handle business. Let's get it.
Family moving up in the business. I know you're going to look after family.
What family you talking about, Ice?
Fuck, I look invisible, nigga.
That's right, I'm not invisible. So if you're watching live on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that share button. If you're watching live on Facebook or Instagram, hit that like button, hit that share button. And if you're watching live on Rumble, Rumble's in the building tonight, hit that like button, hit that share button. Also, do not forget, if you are on YouTube, we are fully monetized now. So, if you don't mind, if you got it to spare, hit that super chat button. All right. Let's get into this. Now, before we get into our main topics tonight, first, a little interesting story out of Blendon Township in Ohio, where a police officer has been charged with murder. The murder of a young black woman. I can't remember her name. But real quick, I'm going to bring this story up real quick. And we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to move on to the other topics. All right, so real quick, let's get into this. Very important story here. All right, what the hell is going on? All right, here we go. Let's go.
Hey, yo, where you at?
Car! It was this fatal moment 355 days ago that has now led a Franklin County grand jury to charge Officer Connor Grubb in the shooting death of Takaya Young. We have just confirmed that Grubb has turned himself in. That happened this morning. He is now set to face a judge in a little more than 24 hours from right now. Jessica Ralston joins us here in the studio with details of the new indictment and reaction from Blendon Township Police and the police union as well.
Well, Mike, Blendon Township Police Officer Connor Grubb just indicted on 10 counts by a grand jury. This jury hearing 2 days of evidence leading to 4 counts each of murder and felonious assault, and then 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter. It all stems from that August 24th date in 2023, the shooting death of 21-year-old Takaya Young and her unborn baby in a Kroger store parking lot. It was that day when Blendon Township officers received a report of a woman, Takaya, caught on camera stealing alcohol from the Sunbury Road Kroger.
Now, there we have it. Now. Look how these stories always start. This woman is pregnant in the Kroger's stealing liquor. She wasn't just minding her business, grocery shopping and trying to feed the baby in her belly. She's going to steal liquor. Let's continue.
Police who were already in the store's parking lot confronted Young in her car. She was parked in a handicapped space. There were no license plates on the car, and there was a tote bag filled with liquor bottles on the front seat. This body cam video shows officers telling her to get out of her car twice and trying to open her driver's side door. She refused all police commands as her car moved forward. That police department says that the body cam video shows Officer Grubb getting hit by her car. He then shot a single shot through her front windshield, striking Young. She was rushed to St. Anne's Hospital where...
Now, what was this officer supposed to do? Sit there and let her run him over? Granted, maybe he shouldn't have got in front of the car like that, but I mean, he's making a split-second decision. This woman's stealing. She hops in a car with no tags, disobeys the officer's commands, tries to run one of them over, and now we want to cry that she's been shot. Like, you guys got to be insane. But it's a shame that this officer is even being charged at this point. It's a shame. But let's continue.
She and her unborn daughter died. The Young family's attorney, Sean Walton, speaking with us just within the last hour.
The road to this point has been long. Yeah, we can assert that although this journey has been a very tough one, the right conclusion was reached by the grand jury. The actions that led to the death of Takaya, the unnecessary aggression.
Look, he can't even read that shit probably because he knows it's some bullshit. Let's go.
The chilling commands that amounted to comply or die were there for us all to witness in dreadful clarity. Takaya's life and that of her daughter were extinguished in an act of brutality, becoming yet another symbol of the urgent need for reform in police conduct and accountability.
We are also hearing from Blendon Township Police following this grand jury indictment. Police Chief John Belford releasing a statement saying in part that his department will now begin the disciplinary review process. He says, quote, "No one at Blendon Township has passed any judgment on whether Officer Grubb acted within the law. However, since people who have been indicted may not legally possess a firearm, the indictment against him leaves us with no choice but to begin the disciplinary process." The Fraternal Order of Police also weighing in. President Brian Steele saying that Capitol City Lodge number 9 is deeply disappointed with the decision to indict. He believes this is politically motivated.
It's definitely politically motivated. We're in an election year, and they need these type of stories in order to feed the ignorance.
On that, Steele says, like all law enforcement officers, Officer Grubb had to make a split-second decision, a reality all too familiar for those who serve to protect our communities. These decisions are made under extreme pressure and often in life-threatening situations with the primary goal of safeguarding the general public's and their own lives.
Now, I wholeheartedly agree with the union president's statements. See, when you ask why did Trump say he wanted to give police officers federal immunity, here's a perfect example. It's not because he wants police officers to go around shooting people and getting away with it, but it's for things like this. You make a mistake during the course of your duty, where you have to make a split-second decision. You shouldn't be punished for it, especially when your life was on the line. This woman tried to run him over, so he had to pop her. Now, is it proper police protocol to step in front of a moving vehicle? No. But unfortunately, when you're dealing with criminals, sometimes you have to step outside of the lines. This woman was pregnant, stealing liquor at a Kroger's in a vehicle with no license plates. She was told several times to stop. She kept going. The officer stepped in front of the car to stop her. She kept going like she wanted to run him over, and she got what she paid for. Simple as that. Now, this cop has to lose his career, lose his retirement, maybe even go to jail, all because he was trying to do his job and stop this woman from stealing. See, this is why, let's use Washington, D.C., for example. If you talk to any cop that's been on the job for more than 10 years in Washington, D.C., right, and you ask them what the morale is for cops on the job in D.C., they'll tell you straight up, protect yourself. Because they're not going to risk their jobs, their livelihoods, their retirements, their children's futures over a city that's not going to back them if they make a mistake in the line of duty. A couple of years ago, a cop, I can't remember what the situation was, but this guy ended up dying. It was all the guy's fault, but they ended up firing all the cops involved. I can't remember the name, what the situation was. If I can remember it, I'll bring it up later. But anyways, ever since then, all the cops in D.C. have just been on some, you know what, the hell with it. This is the reasoning behind Trump giving police officers federal immunity. Because if police can't even do their jobs, how are they going to protect you? How are they going to protect you if they can't even do their jobs? I don't know about you, but if I call the police, I want them to come and do their job. See, Negroes' minds are just all twisted. See, you've been fooled and tricked into believing that your biggest problem as a black man are police. When if you look at the actual numbers, unarmed black men shot by the police is a very rare occurrence. But you know what isn't a rare occurrence? Getting shot by another nigga. That's not rare. Out of the 20,000 murders in the United States every year, over 10,000 of those murders involve black men killing black men. Do you understand that? The bigger threat is other niggas, unfortunately. That is not the, now Brandon Johnson on Facebook says this is not the reason behind him giving cops blanket immunity. Knock it off. So what's the reason? Do you understand? Okay, see, in a statements like this, that proves that black folks don't pay attention to anything. If you go to any major city in America, right? Go to any major city in America, they're low on police. And the police that they do hire are terrible. Why is that? Because nobody in their right mind wants to come do a job in a dangerous city, and if things get a little ugly, the city won't back you. Why would you want to do that job? You get no thanks for it. I guarantee you, if any of you niggas was this cop, let's put the video back up. If any of y'all was this cop and was about to get ran over by this lady, you'd have shot her too. Okay, he says, black man gets shot by another black man, he goes to jail. A cop kills a black man and he goes home with pay. That is not the case. That is barely the case, actually. When a black man shoots another black man, 9 times out of 10, he gets away with it, and the other black people that witnessed the crime won't even step up and say anything. Most of your murders in the black community go unsolved. The killers are still out there. Case in point, 4th of July weekend in Chicago, 100 people were shot, 20 killed. The assailants are still on the loose. The assailants are still on the loose. And these people got shot in broad daylight. Nobody said anything. Y'all gotta stop thinking so emotional, man, and really look into these things. Like, put your emotions to the side. What are the facts? What are the numbers? The facts show that black men are overwhelmingly more of a threat to other black men than the cops. This is just statistically speaking. Might not be what you want to hear, but it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. All right, now let's move on to the next topic. Y'all get the point I'm trying to make here. If you don't give these cops a break, you're not going to get any good cops. No one's going to want to work in your community, and it's going to continue to be a war zone. And the crime is going to continue to be out of control. So you got to pick one. Either you want the cops there to do their job, or you don't want to give the cops the ability to do their job, and then the criminals can take over your city. Perfect example, Washington, D.C., New York City, Atlanta, Chicago. But anyways, all right, let's get into these Democrats, man. Now, if you guys can remember, like last week, Keyz was in the news for basically talking about how the Kamala Harris campaign, or somebody affiliated with the Kamala Harris campaign, approached him and tried to pay him off for an interview, or pay him off to make some type of post on social media. And of course, he talked about it and talked about how he wasn't, how he didn't want to do it. The Kamala Harris campaign then responded and said that he was lying and that no one tried to contact him. All right, so then Keyz came back out with another video basically saying he never said it was the exact campaign, but it was somebody who worked for their campaign. Long story short, I'm not going to show the Keyz videos because I'm pretty sure everybody's seen this shit. But what I want to talk about tonight is the fact that the Democratic National Committee is basically trying to buy off your vote. They're paying off influencers to give you misinformation. Now, exhibit number one. And this is how you know these people have no clue what they're doing. This is how you know these people have no clue what they're doing. Look who they contacted the other day. Umar Johnson. They contacted Umar Johnson. So of course, Umar Johnson screenshotted it and put it on his Instagram post. So we're gonna read this. They texted him and said, "Hello, Dr. Umar Johnson. I'm blank from the Harris 2024 team. You are a big part of the black community. Can you help us by completing a Zoom meeting with Vice President Kamala Harris? Paying," it doesn't say how much they're paying. "We are looking for about an hour of your time. Please advise if you would like to complete the Zoom. Your help can get us across the finish line. Harris 2024. So then Umar says, "Peace and Pan-Africanism." "I hope that all is well. I'm not interested in your money. However, I'm very interested in having the Zoom conversation with President Harris to discuss our community, our needs, and her plans for the black community. This Zoom must be live casted to the national black community and may not be pre-recorded. I promise to be completely respectful of the Vice President, but I will ask direct questions about miseducation, mass incarceration, police brutality, economic strangulation, gentrification, migrant crisis, reparations, and the need for a federal black anti-crime hate bill."
Blood clot.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, these people are completely out of the loop, bro. But it doesn't stop there. It's like they have no idea who the people are that they're reaching out to. They also reached out to former NFL player Marcellus Wiley. Marcellus Wiley is a known conservative. But yeah, they reached out to him too, so we're gonna get to that. All right, let's get it. Here's Marcellus Wiley.
Let's get into this conversation, because I don't know how to feel. A lot of times I come here and I lean on you guys. Now, I grew up a liberal. liberal. I can't lie, because I didn't even think about what I was. I was just under the trance and in the state, the state of mind of whatever we do in my neighborhood, it's all good. Politically, right? 0 to 18, you ain't voting anyway, who cares? And somebody asks you a question, you're gonna regurgitate what your mama said, what your grandma said, what big mama said, what auntie mama said, all of them. All right, so I'm liberal. Why? Because I'm in a black neighborhood, damn it. I'm in the hood. Okay, whatever. Then you go to college, and I went from being liberal to, whoa, maybe I'm not liberal, because what are y'all? I am not going on no hunger strike. I am not protesting. Nope. I don't care what y'all say. Nope. I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna get some action done. Don't get it twisted. But nah, I ain't getting a Sharpie and a whiteboard and just taping it to a stick. You got me twisted, dog. I'm about to go get these books done. I'm about to go get this ball done. I'm about to get up out of this sucker and make a mark. Way I'm gonna get some action done is being about that action, boss. So I started to challenge my politics, but ooh-wee. As the older I get, the more conservative I get. I am an old ass conservative. I must have been born in Georgia or something. I don't know what the hell. However, I just received something that crystallized who I am.
Real quick, if you're still watching on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that share button. I don't know what happened to the Instagram feed. They just removed my content for no reason. They just removed it for no reason. So I don't know what happened to the Instagram feed, but I ain't even gonna worry about it. Peace out, Instagram. We still on Rumble, we still on Facebook, and we still on YouTube. Let's get it. Also, you know what? Let me throw up a little protection here too, man. Fair use, man. Fair use. We are watching this content under the Fair Use Act. All right, so hopefully we don't get no more disruptions.
Y'all hear it all the time. I'm a moderate. I am. I actually listen to both sides. I am. I actually care about both sides. I have never been in a discussion or argument where the other side had zero to say. Now, I've been in some where it's 0.001, like everything else a lie, but that 0.001, Now, what made me understand that I was a moderate? I received, because I'm in the know of certain things, a text message from a political party that is out there recruiting. I mean, recruiting like Alabama, like Texas, like Georgia, recruiting people to actually vote. But the way that they want to get to your vote is by swaying your vote. Y'all know what I'm talking about, do y'all? Let me show y'all. Let me take y'all on my phone like my wife when I go to sleep. Let me take y'all into this message right here.
Blood clot.
Quote, any. First of all, you sending me a message about any A-list influencers / celebrities who like to attend the DNC will get flights / hotel credentials to the convention and exclusive invites to private parties and events happening during the week in Chicago. Okay, I read that first paragraph and immediately I said, oh, that's why Megan Thee Stallion was out there twerking with Kamala and them. Let's keep reading. I know they ain't sending me something they sending Megan. I ain't on her level. Let's go. Also, I'm seeking.
Hold on, real quick. I'm just getting a notice from Instagram, right? They said we removed your content. It looks like you shared or sent something that attacks a person or a group of people based on who they are. This goes against our community guidelines. Now, what did I just say? What did I say at all? I didn't even curse yet on this stream. And they just shut me down. Bro, I'm telling you, they're trying to silence conservative voices. This is crazy. I didn't say anything remotely hateful about anyone. But I guess the truth is hate in the eyes of the devil. It's just crazy, bro. But anyway, I'll be appealing that. But anyway, let's get back to Marcellus Wiley.
And top celebrities to do a post, and the budget per creator is around $20,000. Wait a minute, y'all paying me like Pepsi? This ain't no soda. This is for people's political votes This is to influence their life to some degree. What? But we'd be happy to talk through if there's anyone with a bigger influencer plus message in the line. That means I could get more than 20. They find out it's me. They sent me this? I'm about to eat. Let's go. What is it? DNC and DJ Run. Nah, it ain't Run DNC. It's DNC, Democratic National Convention. What are y'all doing? Why y'all sending these random texts? Don't deny it. I'm a denier. Where? Chicago. Hey, Immediately, I'm like, Chicago ain't bad.
So there we have it, man. He goes on and on and on about it. But you get the point. This is some desperation move type shit. You don't have a policy or anything to run on. You just use your hundreds of $1 millions to pay influential people to spread misinformation on your behalf. All right? And the next video I got is going to be a perfect example of that. Perfect example right here. This shit is real, bro. Look.
Perhaps you've noticed our social media feeds are now a battleground in the race for the White House. And in this space, Democrats have deployed influencers to win over voters online. In tonight's Eye on America, Jolene Kent reveals their sophisticated and expensive tactics.
Look at the volume.
Now, the funny thing here is, when it comes to Trump, right, the influencers who like Trump are asking Trump to come visit him. The Democrats have to go out and pay people to work for them. Shout out to Guns and Cafe. He says the DNC is desperate. Facts. They're definitely desperate. They've got to pay people to go out. Like Aiden Ross requested that Trump come on his channel, and they broke all type of streaming records. That was a genuine, authentic endorsement. Trump didn't pay Aiden Ross anything. Trump didn't pay Elon Musk anything. And they broke the internet. It was so bad, like you couldn't even get onto the Twitter feed. But this is what the Democrats are doing.
In this hair.
23-year-old Awasane made a name for herself dispensing beauty tips on TikTok.
I just peed in the White House.
So when she posted this video of her White House bathroom break, her 500,000 followers took notice.
I was just shocked. I was like, did you guys see that marble?
Sane, who met us in Houston, was one of a few dozen influencers invited to the White House to watch the State of the Union and meet President Biden.
He said to us, the collective presence in this room has more viewership on Gen Z than all of traditional media combined. So here's my birth control blog.
It was this viral video she posted after the fall of Roe v. Wade
over the United States in my uterus
that initially caught the attention of a Democratic super PAC. On the right, Turning Point USA has mobilized influencers for years, raising nearly $200 million since 2020.
You realize they're coming for you guys next.
Now, Democratic organizations are flooding the creator community with cash and providing behind-the-scenes access.
Come with me to meet the President of the United States.
We just have to be working with them, and if we're not, we're missing a huge way that...
Y'all see this right here? These are the type of men that work on the left.
Voters are getting information about the world.
Rob Flaherty runs digital strategy, previously in the Biden White House and now for the Harris campaign.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
He called the highly memeable Harris a massive asset as the campaign reaches out to thousands of influencers.
What kind of coaching do you give influencers acting on behalf of the Harris campaign?
Talking points, resources, base language.
While Flaherty says the Harris campaign does not pay influencers directly, CBS News found a constellation of other Democratic
See that, and that's the same thing they tried to say about Keyz when they said they didn't reach out to him. Yeah, they don't pay him directly, but they use these other political organizations that fall under their wing to do it. And it's actually quite sickening, but let's continue.
Political organizations that do. In May, Future Forward, the super PAC supporting Harris, hosted panels like Gaming the Algorithm and how advocacy can benefit your business.
In the first 100 days of a Republican presidency under Trump, Project 2025 talks about sacking thousands of civil servants.
Last month, Sane says she was hired by Protect Our Care, a progressive advocacy group that relies on anonymous donors.
Now you see that they sent her these talking points. She's talking about Project 2025. Again, a lie that Trump has debunked several times. But this is how stuff like that gets hot. This woman has 500,000 followers, and she's getting money to spew out lies. Everywhere on TikTok, you hear Project 2025. These people are being paid to say this shit. They are being paid to spread misinformation. And they're not even hiding it.
She made a video warning about Trump's second-term agenda.
They almost help you script it, right?
Right, definitely.
She takes their talking points and puts them into her own voice, saying she always discloses when she's being paid.
What's your rate?
So a video, just for a creator in my size, an average can go from $3,000 to $10,000 depending, and upwards.
This is a bid by campaigns to create authenticity at a small scale.
University of Pittsburgh's Sam Woolley studies political influencers.
How can you tell what is a genuine grassroots expression of political opinion versus what's being paid for?
If you see multiple influencers spreading the same exact message, you can start to realize, some kind of coordination is going on.
Next up for Sunday, the Democratic National Convention.
They just told us that if we wanted to put on our own show, that they would give us all the resources to do that.
The Democrats are rolling out the red carpet.
Definitely, and I'm glad to be on it.
The beauty influencer now applying her own filter to this presidential campaign. For Eye on America, Jolene Kent, Houston.
So there we have it, people. There we have it. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. They're not even trying to hide it. This woman hasn't done an interview since she took the nomination. And by this woman, I mean Kamala Harris. Hasn't done one interview since she took the nomination. She doesn't have a policy and isn't capable of even articulating a coherent idea without props or a teleprompter or some shit like that. Meanwhile, Trump is talking to any and everybody. Trump has a solid agenda. And for real, you can't really prove any of his talking points wrong. You can't prove them wrong, especially if you're Kamala Harris, because Kamala Harris is the second in charge of this administration. And she's just as responsible for the mess that America's in as Joe Biden. So yeah, it makes sense that keeping her quiet and paying TikTokers to spread misinformation is their plan, because it's the only logical play for now. It's the only logical play. But rest assured, come September, when them debates go down, she's going to get demolished. Trust me. She's going to get demolished. Now, on to the next topic. Before we get into it, black men, well, men in general, but most specifically to men who identify as black, you need to pay very close attention to this video. Now, this is a recent video from Jamal Trulove, who's the young man that Kamala Harris, her San Francisco office prosecuted and aided the police in ultimately framing for a murder that he clearly didn't commit. He was given a 50-year sentence and ended up serving, I think, about 6 years of that sentence until he appealed and won his case. Now, it was proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that the police, along with Kamala's office, suppressed evidence on purpose to wrongfully throw this man in jail. Now, with all that being common knowledge that anyone can go and look up, why is no one on the left or your so-called liberal black media, why aren't they talking about this? They cry all day about Trump's newspaper ad about the Central Park perverts. But when it comes to Kamala and her record of weaponizing the justice system against black men, all you hear is crickets. I mean, if you're gonna seriously sit here and attack Trump and call him a racist and a bigot for giving his opinion on the confessed sexual assailants, then it would be practical to attack Kamala on her numerous cases of actual actually wrongfully charging people for crimes that they didn't commit. Then there's the case of Matrice Richardson, whom many believe may be a victim of a police cover-up that Kamala Harris's office was heavily involved. They were heavily involved with it, and they were definitely on the side of the police. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't know if the police did anything to her or not. I don't think that's the point. It's just weird that none of these social justice warriors like My Son the General, Tamika Mallory, or Sean King have made a peep about this story. But anyways, before we get to the video, we're going to bring our esteemed guest for the evening, Mr. Mezzy, aka King Kufu. And none other than the man, the myth, and the legend himself, JP from @JPT Reloaded Insights. Let's get it. Gentlemen, hold on, let me fix my audio. All right, gentlemen, how's it going?
All is well.
All right, yeah, you got that sound fixed too, man. Good job, good job. You sound crystal clear now.
All right.
Messy, what's going on?
Man, everything's good, man. Everything's good. Can't complain.
Awesome, awesome. I see you guys look like you got a new crib, man.
Background, I know.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Moving up in the world. I'm moving up in the world.
Hold on, man.
All right, real quick, I'm gonna put the link to call in the chat just in case if anyone's watching, if you want to join the conversation, hit that link and we'll let you on in. Just 1 second. Boom. All right. All right, so we're gonna get to this video. Like I said, it's of Jamal Trulove, the young man who was basically railroaded by Kamala Harris in her office. All right, let's get it. Fair use, fair use. Fair use, ladies and gentlemen.
You was awarded $13.1 million. Do you feel like that money was worth you doing 6 years in prison or no?
No, not at all. I mean, look, I can't get those years back. I'm a confident person. I've always felt like I was ordained to be somebody since I was 11 years old. My name is Jamal Rashid Trulove. Jamal me.
I'm going to skip some of this because it's irrelevant.
But the money was never a thing that was ultimately going to make me, right? It was a tool. It has been a tool for me to be able to learn what having access in the room is and to be able to build relationships with people outside of money, outside of people who don't got no money. But that time, people say this, and this I'll finish the question like this. People say that they will take $10 million if they had to go and do 6.5 years in prison. And to be honest, and that was the way I coped with doing the time, right? But in theory, in law, if you look at the statistics and the numbers, I had a 99% chance that I was going to die in prison. I only had a 1% chance.
It gets better, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is a character, but it gets better.
Chance of getting back after having 50 years to life. I was 23 when I went to prison. If I did the whole 50 years, some laws would have had to change. I would have been 73 before I could even go up for parole. So to answer your question, nah, that money wasn't enough. I don't think there's an amount that's enough. Now, I know I'm blessed. I know that. I know I'm supposed to be here. I know that. And, you know, and for that, you know, I'm grateful for, you know, but, and, you know, the money helped, obviously, but, if I could take it all back and get all those years back again, like a snap of a finger, I will. Though this is part of my life, this is part of my story. That is the unknown. So it'd be kind of tough to do that. But I'm confident in myself enough to know by 23 to 30, which I went to jail at 23 and came home 30, the trajectory that I was on, I would have been good.
You made a comment saying that, you know, Kamala, every time you see her laugh, it reminds you of when she was laughing at you when you was convicted. I want you to go into detail about that. And also, who do you want to see the people vote for, Kamala or Trump?
Yeah, so every time I see Kamala laugh, again, like I think about that time in the courtroom, right? Her high-fiving, you know, and celebrating.
Now, let's stop right there. Can you imagine being an innocent man and seeing this woman in the courtroom high-fiving and slapping and hugging and laughing at the fact that you've been convicted for something that you didn't do? Can you imagine that?
Man, that's every black man's worst nightmare.
Right. I mean, I think that's any man's worst nightmare,
Right,
but
yeah.
I mean, that's crazy, bro. I mean, so I get what he's saying. I guess the first question he asked him was, you know, was it worth the 13 million? He's like, well, if you tell me go to jail for 6 years and I'll give you 13 million, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Give me the 13 million. He's saying it's not like that when you're sentenced to life in prison.
That's different.
And you don't even know if you're ever going to come home. That feeling is not worth $13 million.
And you get 50 years mandatory.
Right.
Nah, you can't do that. Nah.
So you're 73 before you can even think about parole for some shit you didn't do.
Right. Not gonna happen.
But yeah, though, he gonna start cooking though.
Celebrating the win. Now, when I say celebrating the win, not that she argued it, but you know, her office. And it's right before, you know, the Attorney General election. So she's celebrating me losing, being, you know, framed for murder. And that's all I can see it as. I don't care what everybody else, you know, look at it and say and try to give reason why I should be the bigger person and, you know, all of these things. And like, you know, the future of the country is on the line. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Y'all sold us that in 2016. Y'all sold us that and under Trump, everything was cool. You ask the day-to-day nigga. You ask the day-to-day nigga. They gonna say, when Trump was in office, was cool. Groceries was low, right? You know, we wasn't at no wars. You know, we wasn't giving billions and billions of dollars to other countries. Seemed to be cool. That's how we felt. And as soon as Biden got into office, we didn't feel that way no more.
And to be fair, it is fair to note that he did actually endorse Joe Biden in 2020. He did. It appeared to me as if they paid him off or something like that. I don't know, but he did endorse Biden in 2020. And look how he's changed his mind. 4 years of this nonsense, and look where we are.
Complete 180.
Right, complete 180.
So, you know, but every time I see Kamala, I want people to understand this. I am literally traumatized by this woman. I'm literally traumatized by this woman. So do I want to see her for the next 4, potentially 8 years, potentially 12 years because she's been in office for 4 already? No. So it forced me to really think about things from the other side. And as I started diving deeper, I started understanding the conservative ways. So if you ask me right here, you know, who I'm voting for, Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, I'm voting for Donald Trump. And I advise every nigga out there to do the same thing.
Shout out to Coach Keyz. It's the fact that he can break that down and logical thinking humans we know can't break it down is annoying. Facts. That is a fact, bro. That is a fact.
Because if you think something gonna change with Kamala Harris, is she gonna be the black woman savior for our community? Nope, it ain't happening. It's not happening. So let them pander to you all you want. Let them, hit you with all the fear-mongering, Project 25, and all of this shit, all you want. But it's only to ploy towards your fear of missing out on some shit that they're saying that they're giving us. And they're not giving us shit.
All right, so that's video number one. Mezzy, we're going to start with you, man. What are your thoughts?
He's right. I mean, he's right. And $13 million is nowhere near enough when you have no idea when the fuck you're coming home.
Right.
50 years, you can die in prison your first date when you get there. You know what I mean? So 13 million, man, I probably try to kill that bitch. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
Hold on, we got to slow it down just a little bit for the algorithm.
All I'm saying, whoever tried to assassinate our future president, I don't know, man. They might want to pick a different target. That's all right.
JP.
Well, honestly, fellas, this is a perfect example of a double standards. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
From people like Kamala. So here's the man. Here you got my man Jamal Trulove, man. Shouts out to him, and you know what I'm saying, welcome home and everything like that. Wrongfully convicted, thrown into prison for 6 years, 6 long years. Mm-hmm. Long years, man. That's long years not knowing that you're gonna come out, like y'all was saying.
Yeah, and it's messed up too because a lot of people don't know this, but this guy was on. Remember the girl in New York who was on the Flavor Flav joint?
Yeah, all right.
They gave New York her own show. He was one of the contestants on her show, and he got locked up right after that. Right when he was getting his career started, when he got locked up for murder.
Thanks, Kamala.
Yeah, 13 years.
6 years. He did 6.
13 mil is not enough.
Nah, definitely not enough.
And this one, she was California's attorney general.
Yeah.
13 mil would be enough if she was put in prison for what she did to him. Then, okay, yeah, 13 mil is enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
See, but the underlying fact is this guy is still being haunted by it. Just like you said, you can tell how the energy just increased as he was talking about. But who could blame him? You know what I'm saying? He had to fight. He had to clear his name while Harris was putting her tough on crime agenda into play, trying to move up her little political ranks and her political career.
Facts. My man says, Coach K says, I feel like Tripp is on the screen twice with Trulove up there. I give you that one. I got to get my little drum roll joint for niggas that got jokes, man. But all right, let's get to this next video, man. This is a longer video, but it's really of the same sit down, longer video. Fair use.
Wow, man. Yeah, that's insane, man. I'm lost for words, man. I'm happy you got your money at the end, though, man. But yeah, that's crazy, man. I'm still in shock by you telling me that she was laughing while you was getting convicted. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, look, Kamala Harris didn't care she cared about convictions. That's why she set up. A lot of people try to be like, oh yeah, she did the Back on Track program. To combat recidivism and not send people to prison. And only 45 people did prison time out of the 1,900 on weed cases, and and all of these things, right, to defend this horrible record. But what people don't understand is her whole thing on what she ran on against Hallahan was not being hard on crime, not being soft on crime, but being smart on crime, right? So she knew her strategy was to be almost play this motherly figure, which that's where she got the term mamila from, this motherly figure to at-risk youth that's predominantly in African-American communities in San Francisco, whether it's Sunnydale, Potrero Hill, Fillmore, Lakeview, Alamany, Army, and the list goes on, right? Hunters Point, and convince these kids, right, 18 to 24, that if when the police do arrest you or whatever it may be, you come in and we're going to convict you if you go to trial. Convince them that they're guilty for them to take a deal. And if they take this deal, this felony conviction, then she'll release them and get them back on track. So yeah, no wonder why a lot of motherfuckers didn't get sentenced to go and do time. But if you pick up some of those cases out of those 1,900, right, you'll see how many people ultimately ended up going and doing time. When they got sentenced and they took the deal, no, they didn't get instantly sent off. So
that's crazy. So basically, what he's saying is this whole notion that Kamala Harris, because they always like to use the Back on Track program that she started, but basically the Back on Track program was basically a way to just give niggas a bunch of felonies. Okay, yeah, you didn't see no jail time, but bro, a felony keeps you from doing all sorts of, I think it even keeps you from voting. So like, yeah, all these dudes are taking these felonies and copping this plea and getting on the Back on Track program, but how are you really back on track when you got a felony? Like, you were probably better off just fighting the case. And if you went to jail, you went to jail. But taking the Back on Track program that she started really just makes less black men voters.
We're only 12% of the population as it is.
Right, but 12% of the population, but at the same time, look how everybody's pandering for that vote because the black community swings it.
Right, right.
White people are 50-50 with Democrats and Republicans. So our little chunk of the population that goes out and votes tips the scale. Hence, why they're trying to bring all those immigrants in.
That's true.
Because if they can bring all the immigrants in and brainwash them into being Democrats, then they don't even need our vote.
Right, they don't need us no more.
But Negroes are. I don't understand people who are going for Biden or Harris. I don't get it. None of their policies are beneficial to you at all.
Critical thinking. Critical thinking.
Facts.
But now, if they fell off on that program, then now you're going to jail. Now you're going to jail. Now you're going to jail. But there's no way, when you see her conviction rate being all the way up that high, that was her being smart on crime. Get the conviction. And Back on Track was nothing but a mask of a program to hide to hide the fact that she was getting all of these convictions, to bolster her smart on crime, which is, black people, we never looked at like a prosecutor, which is being black and being a prosecutor is crazy, right? In general. But we never, like black people, we don't look at Kamala Harris as like this savior or like for us, because all she's known for is locking motherfuckers up. And, when every time I see her laugh and see her smile or say some dumb shit, I'm like, damn, why is she in this position?
Shout out to Kirk Keyz. We got Kirk Keyz in the building. Kirk. What's cracking, man? You been following us?
Yeah, I've been listening in, and I typically that's me. That's Coach K too. For the record, them two little comments I made. I know one of them was a real good joke talking about him on the screen.
Don't worry, I'm getting my drum roll ready for you, nigga.
Yeah, I got you. But nah, I had to call when he started talking about this whole conviction, but not actually getting locked up thing. That's really the ploy that they're doing around the whole country. It ain't even just like some Kamala, California thing. It happened to me like a decade ago in Virginia. You know, we all, I'm assuming we all from the DMV. You know, you can drive around PG County, you can drive around DC, but I don't go to Mo County, I don't go to Virginia. But I did. I got pulled over in Virginia off some. I was really just speeding, but we were all going home one night drinking and all of that, so they smelled alcohol in the car. I had definitely been drinking. I probably was drunk, but point is, I was able to pass the sobriety test and roll out, but they still got me for reckless driving because I was going, they said 90. I feel like I was probably going like 75, 80, but if they clocked me at 90, 90, whatever. Point is, yeah, I passed the sobriety test. That's a long story for later, but but past the sobriety test, they let me leave, let me drive off. All of that still gave me the reckless driving ticket, and I had to come to court for the reckless driving ticket. What they do is the prosecutor, half the time, your lawyers, most of these lawyers, if they all in the same area, they're going to the same courtrooms. They know these prosecutors, and so they go in, because I actually had to pay my own lawyer. I ain't get no public defender. I had a real lawyer, but he knew the prosecutor. Went in, had a conversation with him. As much as they acting like they working for you, when you black, you don't really know who they working for. They don't really care. They working for the system at the end of the day. He got me to go get a plea deal when he probably could have honestly got me off or got it reduced. But he got me a plea deal that got me a record, but it was just a misdemeanor. And for every mile over 90, anybody in the courtroom was going, they had to serve that however many days it was. So I had a 30-day conviction, but I had to go to the jail, just get fingerprinted, and they let me back out. I ain't had to serve no time, but it shows that I have a record, number one, because I did get fingerprinted and got convicted. If I did anything in the future for that year that I was on probation, I would have had to serve the full 30 days plus whatever I did wrong in the time that I would have got for that. But because I was only going 90 on that, I ain't have to serve no days. Out of them 30 days, they were all suspended. But I was in the courtroom. I watched people who were going 93 have to go serve 3 days because they were going 93 over 3 miles over 90 is how many days they would have to serve. Somebody going 91, they had to go serve 1 day. So like stuff like that, they giving you the record because the record is what ruins your life for the future in the first place. They not tripping about you going to serve the jail time anymore. That's just like new plays to be like, yeah, we keeping niggas out of jail. We ain't locking y'all up no more, but you still getting us the record. So the things that is supposed to hinder you as far as the record is concerned is still going to hinder you.
No, that's a fact.
So I just wanted to piggyback on what he was saying because like I'm another witness to watching this shit play out.
I mean, that's what they do. And these were marijuana convictions that people are talking about. So it's not even like they were like doing something, like doing anything violent or crazy, like, you know. But that's Kamala. That this is who y'all want to vote for,
and that's California for you too.
I mean, honestly, it's as messed up as California is. I don't even understand why anybody in their right mind would vote for anybody from that state.
They be hyping Gavin Newsom like he's supposed to be lit too.
Bro, California is in ruins.
He fucked that state up royally.
I mean, like it's nobody that lives in California wants to be there. Anybody with some real money who can go, they're all gone. They're all in Austin, Texas.
Point to that fact. I see a lot of California license plates over here, and they're not tourists. FYI. So they are getting the fuck out of California.
I don't know where Kirk went. He'll probably be back.
Especially when you're mandating all vehicles have to be electric vehicles by a certain date. I mean, who can really afford that? On top of that, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, we all got to go get Teslas. Get out of here.
Hey, come on.
Yeah, I mean, but this is what these people vote for. These people voted in, so they deserve the shit that they get it.
That's true. That's true.
Like, I don't, for the life of me, I don't know. I don't understand how Gavin Newsom has a second term in California. I don't understand.
You would think people would have wised up after the first time he fucked it up, but yeah,
shit, it's absolutely crazy.
And then that makes you dig up her history, right? And once you start digging, you know, you'll see that she kind of fucked her way to the top. Like, let's be honest.
And there's proof to it.
It's definitely proof. Oh, listen, he about to start cooking, bro.
Right? Not to say that she's dumb. I don't think she's a dumb lady, right? I think she's smart enough to get to where she's at, right? But how she did it, it's, you know, some could speculate, right? Now, we could break it down from, you know, from when she was working at the, you know, Alameda District Attorney Office, right? Let's say in 93, right? 93. Come on. So, you know, when celebrities go public, right? You know, so she started with Willie Brown publicly in 1994, right? Now, we know if you're going public in 94, you was probably with each other in 93, just not public, right? That's typically, you know, when breakups happen and shit like that. And everybody knows that Willie Brown, he was married at the time, though everybody knew, and I believe his wife even knew that, you know, he was a player. You know, he had all the bitches. Like, that's what Willie Brown was known for, but also known for being a politician, which he was the biggest politician in California at the time.
I think this guy is going to be the next biggest thing on the internet since Charleston White. He's got it, man. He's got it. I'm gonna have to find this guy and get an interview. Like, this guy's got it, man.
You got that personality with him.
Yeah, he does. He does, man. And he makes you want to listen to what he's saying. Like, you know what I mean?
He was like the speaker of the assembly or some shit like that in general, but he had the most pull. Now, so one can say that he started messing with her in 93. Now, in 94, he launches his campaign to be mayor of San Francisco, right? And now he has, you know, he goes public with Kamala Harris, right? Him on his arm, you know, and at this time, he's introducing her to all of their friends, so forth. In the political world, the relationships are building, and now it's looking like this powerful black couple, you know what I mean, that's going to be, you know, at the inside, you know, mayor of San Francisco, right? This attorney, and then this mayor, very democratic, right? So that's in 94. Everybody knows that Willie Brown bought her a BMW in that year, 94. And then here comes 95. Mayor Willie, 94, 95. 95 is when the BMW is bought. Then 96, Mayor Willie Brown wins the election. He actually won in, you know, at the end of 95. He becomes the mayor of San Francisco in 96. And immediately after he becomes mayor, he stops messing with Kamala Harris. And he said he stopped messing with her because she didn't see herself permanently fucking with him for forever.
Well, clearly not. I mean, she was 29, he was 60. I mean,
right. Obviously, yeah. That's
clearly a come up, man. Willie Brown, I can't believe he fooled himself for that long. That's crazy.
And he told her she was right. I'm going, right? So at that same time, Willie Brown wins. Hallahan, what's Hallahan's first name? Forget Hallahan's first name. Hallahan ends up winning district attorney of San Francisco, right? Kamala Harris, after Willie Brown broke up with her, while they was dating, he put her in two big positions in California, put her on a commission and put her on a board as well, to where with those positions combined, she's making $80K, $100K a year, right? But she's still working as a DA in Alameda at the time. Now she got 3 jobs, right? All because of she's with Willie Brown, right? So they break up. She continues on with the job. That takes on all the way from 90. What was that? 96. I think that takes you all the way to 98. Now 98. Willie Brown went for re-election. Now Hallahan and Willie Brown was falling out a little bit. I got to state that because it comes back in, right? And now they both end up winning re-election, I believe, in 98. They both won re-election. But at that time, Kamala Harris came to her 10-year, and now I feel, and if you just look at the articles and you do your research, you'll see what Willie Brown's strategy was. And you'll see that Kamala Harris and Willie Brown, though that they wasn't fucking no more, publicly, they were still connected to the hip. So Kamala Harris comes over and starts working at the San Francisco District Attorney Office, which is under the reign of Terrence Hallahan. Yeah, Terrence Hallahan at the time, right? So Mayor Willie Brown and Hallahan, they not seeing eye to eye. So you go ahead and you tap Kamala Harris, you put her in there. Now he's in office. She's in office to be the eyes and ears because his plan is to get him out of office in the next 4 years. And ultimately to anoint Kamala Harris. So she plays her role, she plays her part as not attorney general, but as a regular prosecutor in San Francisco for the 2 years or whatnot. And Hallahan ended up noticing, and this takes you up to about 2020, right? Now, again,
I think he
what's the next?
I think he meant to say 2000, but let's continue. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this is an important conversation because this is saying everything that you need to know about Kamala Harris. Now, just to interject here, like I said earlier, how in the hell can you guys justify not liking Trump because of the Central Park Five when Kamala Harris framed this man for murder?
And on top of that, he apologized for the Central Park Five also. Nobody wants to say that he apologized for that. It's in the newspaper.
I don't even know why he apologized. I would have never apologized. Here's my thing with the Central Park Five. Let's just say they were really innocent, right? Let's just say it's true that they're innocent, even though I don't think that they are, right? Mm. These jokers confess to it with their parents in the room, confessed to the police that they did it. The police locked up 37 people that night because it was like 30 something of them in the mob that was going around. The police found all of them, had them all locked up and spent hours upon hours upon hours interrogating all 30 something of them people. And those five were the ones who ended up catching the blame for it. And let me say this. It wasn't just the female jogger who was SA'd and beaten down that they got charged for that night. They also beat up 3 other people. One person they beat up almost died. As a matter of fact, the police, when they got the Central Park Five, they were questioning them about the guy who got beat up and almost died. And then they found out about the jogger after they started talking. So anyways, long story short, these guys confessed. If I'm Trump and I'm here, these guys confessed. I have the right to give my opinion on how I feel about these little niggas rolling around in Central Park, messing with innocent people. So that's all he did in the ad. So people act like Trump was in on it with the police and paid the police to interrogate these guys. Like, that's crazy. Trump is a regular New York City citizen who heard they confessed just like everybody else.
I was about to say the same thing. He heard everything just like everybody heard it. So he's making the same decision anybody else would have made if they heard somebody else, well, I confess to the crime. I mean,
right. And if you, bro, listen, man, I've gone over it on this channel several times. Them dudes did it. The only reason they got out of jail was it was some political funny shit going on with Bloomberg. Or was it Bloomberg? One of those mayors that was running for New York City.
Giuliani, I think, was the mayor at the time. No, it was Bloomberg. What
I'm saying is when they got out, when they got exonerated, because most of them were already out of jail, but when they got exonerated, whoever was running for mayor made a promise to exonerate them on his campaign, and he got him exonerated, and then he ended up becoming mayor.
No, well, it definitely wasn't Giuliani.
Not one Giuliani. But I mean, long story short, based on what I saw and the evidence that they actually had on these jokers, them niggas did it. Not only did they do that, they also beat up other innocent people that they got charged for and weren't exonerated for that night. But let's concentrate on Kamala Harris. Now, Kamala Harris framed this, or helped to frame this, or her office helped to frame this, man.
Right.
He got convicted to life in prison, and she celebrated. But no one has anything to say about that.
It's all good.
No one has anything to say about that. It's crazy to me. And I mean, not only did she screw him over, there was another dude, it was a white dude she screwed over. She had this dude on death row.
Oh, right? Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
The dude was innocent. He was on death row. Matter of fact, he ended up appealing, getting off, and then she made some rule while she was attorney general to keep him from getting paid. Yeah. Like they say the last they seen of him, he was living in some storage facility.
Damn. So she's an equal opportunity fuck
man,
girl.
She's an evil person, bro.
Yeah, she don't even, and now we supposed to forget this, right? And see, this what the thing is. People keep buying into her narrative, and like she's some type of champion for justice and equality or something like that. This shit ain't adding up.
I mean, honestly, I think she's going to get beat worse than Hillary in 2016, to be honest with you. They keep saying that she's got all this support, but I don't see it.
No, they keep saying that she's winning all the polls. I'm like, what polls are you people looking at? Like, I don't.
Bro, remember the other day when I did the video on Ricky Smiley, right? Ricky Smiley is your typical chicken wing, you know what I mean, Negro.
Man, he upset at me, man, because I'm a prank listener, man. When I seen that, I was very upset.
Yeah.
I hope that was a prank.
there was 4,000 comments on that video, and that was on Ricky Smiley's YouTube page, and almost all of them was against Kamala Harris.
Right.
Where is the support that they talk about? If you can't even get Ricky Smiley's supporters,
right? Of all,
you know what I mean? Like they're like dumber than Steve Harvey supporters.
Yeah, okay.
I shouldn't say that. Like, I mean, Ricky Smiley, his
same level.
Yeah, all them church folks, so they already.
You're talking about Chitlin Circuit type shit.
This nigga said Chitlin Circuit.
He can't even get the Chitlin Circuit to go for Kamala. I don't. The only people that I see really supporting Kamala Harris are your bougie black folks. Your black folks that went to HBCUs and became successful, like overly successful, and your black folks who are in Greek organizations. And it's.
Let me tell you this, right? I don't know if I told you that I seen Maxwell the singer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I caught him in the gym. He's working out. So he slide over there and he asked me. He was like, well, first he was like, "Oh, good to see you again," because I seen him. This is my second day seeing him, right? And he was like, "So, how's DC?" I was like, "DC cool, man." He said, "Okay, well, how do you feel about our new becoming first black woman president?" Man, I wanted to give it to him, man.
What'd you say, man?
Oh, I wanted to give it to him, but you know, I had to keep it professional. Because I was at work. I wanted to give it to him, man, but I had to be like, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I think in a nice way, man. I think
if you would have kept a real one, I bet you he would probably been your friend for fucking life, man. He was probably waiting for you to say, man, fuck that bitch. I'm pretty sure. I mean, think about it. Why would another black man come up to another black man and ask you about what you think about another black president? I mean, obviously,
he was very adamant to support her, though.
If you would have said "fuck that bitch," he would have been on this podcast right now. I shit you not, because he probably want to say some shit that he can't say. You know.
I mean, I agree. Like, but I think it's important just to. Now, I know you was at work, so you know you can't really say you can't say "f that b" or nothing crazy like that. But I would have told him like, yeah, man, you know, I don't really support her. I don't really know too many black men down here that do.
That's professional.
I'd have just kept it like that.
That's PC right there. That's PC.
But he probably does support it. It's like it's the bougie black.
He does. He talking about really supporting, like putting money in for and everything.
Yeah, it's the bougie blacks. It's the bougie blacks and the ones in the Greek fraternities. Not all of them, and no disrespect to the Greek fraternities, but I'm hearing too much of this stuff coming from y'all.
Yeah,
it's coming from y'all, man.
It's fucking pointless. The world doesn't know about who the fuck the fraternities are or cares either. Who, like, no one gives a fuck.
And to add to that, man, These celebrities don't know what the fuck they be talking about.
Of course,
the same thing.
A lot of motherfuckers follow celebrities.
They live in a bubble, man. They live in a bubble where they think that we all care about this sentimental, historic nonsense. No, we care about the food.
Just because he can sing good, I'm gonna just listen
we
to
care about our gas bill. We care about our light bill.
Right.
We care about the interest rates. We care about inflation. Shout out to Coach K. He says all disrespect to the fraternities. Okay. All right, Mr. K. Let me know when you're coming back, man. Pause. All right, let's get back to the video.
Relationship that you know that Kamala Harris went public with. She went public with Montel Williams.
Hold on real quick. Shout out to Daryl Quick. Daryl Quick's in the building. Hey, Quick, man, you might as well hit that link too, man. Let's just all do this, man. Might as well hit that link, player.
Let you know when I'm coming back. I'm back now.
Oh yeah, all right, bro. So I see you say all disrespect to the fraternities, man.
Yeah, man. Stop trying to say face.
Can you show me on the cup where the fraternities hurt you? See, can you show me on the cup where the fraternities hurt you?
Nah, you went on them and said the only people that supporting Kamala is the bougie blacks and fraternity sororities, and then you try to say,
I got a family full of them. I
I know, and so you try to save face at the end, talking about no disrespect to the sororities and fraternities. Like you don't sit and disrespect them every other day. Not talking about the sororities and fraternities. I'm talking about whoever is disagreeing with the point that you're making. And what I'm saying is, I ain't saving face for none of them because fuck them too. They literally think they know more than what everybody else know just because
they don't know nothing.
Just because they rubbing elbows and shoulders with each other. Little do they realize we don't give a fuck.
I'm a Kappa, Psi, whatever. Who gives a fuck, man? Like,
so
how much money you put in my pockets, man? That's all I care about.
But the only reason I say no disrespect, because I know a lot of guys in these fraternities that aren't like that, that don't think like that, but they don't speak up.
That's what I was going to say. So then it's the same thing with the cops. It's a lot of cops out there who are good cops, and they know that there's bad cops out there, and they don't speak up. And so it's the same shit. You say fuck them all, so I'm saying fuck them all because literally, they will tank society if you let them. I'm tired of black women talking about they the only ones about to save the election again. You're not saving anything. You're literally fucking it up.
Listen, you want to save somebody? Start saving your fetuses. We're at 22.5 million since 1973.
Listen, a simple logical explanation. If we didn't even want to go too deep, just simple logic. We just witnessed a genocide. We know genocides have happened historically. We know genocides might even be happening right now in places like Congo and other places that ain't got the technology where we can't witness it. We literally witnessed a genocide. For you to go and sign off your vote to the same regime that just did it, that just implemented it, is literally saying that you're okay with it and you sign off on it. And the only thing anybody's saying to me for why we are even doing it is to save little girls' futures because they should have the same rights that we've had all along. Listen, let me finish. The right to off your offsprings is what you're fighting for. So we are saying that there are people out here that we are witnessing die. They are here right now, children, women. We are witnessing them die, and they are not more important than your ability to kill your offspring. That's what you're telling me. Their lives right now are not more important than you killing your offspring. If you are willing to still side with them just for the sake of reproductive rights over your witnessing of a genocide, that's just a slap in the face for anybody with morals.
That's a fact. And say what you want about Trump, Trump.
Their argument with that on the other side is If Trump was in office, the same thing would have happened. He would have supported. He supports Israel, all this and that. He was in office, and it didn't happen. Number one. Number two, it wouldn't have happened if he was in office. And number three, he even campaigns on let Israel finish what they've started. And people think that that's a support of Israel. It's not. It's saying we are sitting here helping Israel finish what they started. Let's stop doing that and be America first and get back to focusing on America while they finish the shit that they've started, because all it's doing is pulling us more and more further and further into more wars that he just got us out of 4 years ago.
Right.
But if you know anything, you're like, come on, man. They don't know what to listen for because they don't even recognize dog whistles when they hear them. They don't even recognize when somebody's what's the pandering to other people the same way you get pandered to all day. That's why they fall for the pandering. And then they hear it and think that that person is selling to them. No, they're not selling to them. They pandering to them too, the same way you get pandered to. Anybody can get pandered to. It ain't just us. Right. They can do it to anybody. We just got to know what you're looking for to know when it's happening.
That's a fact. And if you watch the Elon, if you listen to the Elon interview with Trump, Trump explained exactly how Biden and them sparked off the Israeli war. Trump explained. He said, I told everyone, right? If you buy oil from Iran, America would not do business with you, right? So Biden gets in office, right? Matter of fact, we're specifically talking about China. He says he told China, if you buy oil from Iran, you won't be doing business with the United States. So he says the Chinese emperor, or whatever his name is, was like, okay, fine, we won't buy oil from him. Biden gets in office. Biden allows China to buy oil from Iran. In turn, because Iran was going broke, right? In turn, Iran gets money. They start funding Hezbollah or whatever. If you agree with the surface level story, of course, a lot of people think that, it was a false flag operation. I really don't know, but I'm just going, let's stay on the surface level here just for the sake of conversation.
Yeah.
Right? Iran funds Hezbollah or whatever. Biden's weak. Hezbollah does the attack, and then Israel goes full force, ODing on the revenge. You can still point all this back to Biden because it happened on his watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Iran is at this current time developing nuclear weapons.
So Iran tried to play with Trump one time.
Didn't work out.
The general got smoked immediately, and that was it. It's all right. We ain't fooling with them. He ain't playing.
It didn't work out very well.
But that's why you need a strong-minded man, whether he's an asshole or not. That's why you need that type of leadership, because other people are not going to play with him like that.
You need someone with an A-type personality.
Right. You can't have a guy like Biden and I don't know. He's to me, he's looked like he was losing his mind 4 years ago when he was running.
Yeah. I mean,
and then his second in charge. I mean, Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
In 2001, right? And again, before you go public, you fucking with a motherfucker probably like the year before, before you ultimately go public, right? So, and that's why I tell people, unofficially, we know when they went public, but before is unofficially. Now, Montel Williams at the time is married. Oh. She's in Hollywood. She has these connections and so forth, right? And now at that time,
So now he's talking about the whole her and Montel thing. This is very interesting. Listen up, because he's basically breaking down how she slept her way to the top.
Yeah, this nigga got the
Montel Williams.
He's got the whole but I mean, you know what though? If somebody sentenced me to 50 years in prison, I'd be studying their whole life too.
Oh, bro,
exactly. You got nothing but time. You're like, who is this bitch that just locked me up?
Yeah.
Right? You're going to go figure it all out, put all these pieces together. I believe him 100%. Because what the hell are you going to do? That bitch just laugh at you in the courtroom when she locked you up for some shit you didn't do.
I'm like, that's diabolical right there. Can you imagine sitting there innocent, guilty, 50 years, life, and then this bitch is, he probably saw that shit in slow motion.
I had dreams about that.
Right.
Oh my God.
Over and over again.
He couldn't wait to do this interview, bro.
was suing the production company, I forget who owned the rights to the Montel Williams show. Guess who was his attorney? Doug Himhoff, her now husband. So one could say right now what the story that she tells and what people say right now that, oh, she didn't meet Doug until 2013 on a blind date. So you telling me you a top attorney in San Francisco and you dating Montel Williams, who's in a legal battle, and you being a lawyer, and his lawyer is Doug Himhoff, and you ain't met this man?
Right.
Okay, whatever. Right. That is this ain't the first time.
Impeccable.
Right.
Jesus.
The whole blind date thing sound crazy anyway. Like,
Right.
get out of here. It was a blind date. Then I opened my eyes and, oh my God, you were Montel's. Look, get out of here. I get what he's saying. He's saying, man, she probably started sleeping with Doug when she met him when he was Montel's attorney.
Yeah, some type of interest.
But yeah, let's get it.
They could have met in general. Then here comes 2001. Kamala Harris and Montel Williams goes public, right? Montel Williams and Doug Himhoff, they lose the rights that they were fighting for the Montel Williams show or whatnot. So now one could say in 2001, now that they're public, and Doug Himhoff and Montel Williams got this relationship like this, she had to have met this man. So Doug Himhoff, why he plays a big part in all of this, because Doug Himhoff, and why it made so much more sense for Kamala to start fucking with a Doug Himhoff, right? Because Doug Himhoff is a partner in this law firm, right? That represents congressmen, governors, senators across the whole United States. So he has the relationships up and down the political spectrum. And now they're kind of like, they make a little bit more sense together than, him and Montel Jordan.
That's right. What is the powerhouse?
You can tell he's so hype up because he's saying the wrong names and shit. Montel Jordan.
Right.
Wrong Montel.
Hold up, she did him too?
But we knew he meant Montel Williams. We knew he meant Montel Williams.
I knew what he meant. That's how I be when I'm hype telling the story too. That's why I know.
You know he's telling the truth. Either he's telling the truth or he right before this interview he got briefed by Judge Joe Brown.
Right. Hey, Joe Brown know everybody dirt, man.
Yeah, he do. I could listen to Judge Joe Brown talk shit all day.
All day.
That's how I respect Ike Turner now because of that man.
Yeah. He did Ike Turner a service, man.
Yes, he did.
Sure. He definitely did.
Now, Montel Jordan, this is 2001. He's
still saying Montel Jordan.
He might be talking about him though.
But you know what? With all due respect, though, Montel Jordan is the most famous Montel. Period.
Right, that's true.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Montel Williams he'll always be second fiddle to Montel Jordan. He'll always be.
That's true. Yeah, I love
that. He said
that's how we do it. It's Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, that's top 5, one of the greatest songs. Period.
I agree.
This is how we do it in summertime. They're 1 and 2. I mean, whichever one you feel like is better. But this is how we do it in summertime. Like unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This is how we do it. Might be better in summertime.
Montel Jordan was the first Chris Brown.
You think so?
6'5" singer. He might not could dance, but how many niggas 6'5" running around singing songs to women?
That's true, but Chris Brown like does it all during his show. He's singing, flipping. I mean, it's probably that good old Colombian juicy on, but yeah.
6'5" singer, stick to the topic. That was on my only point.
I got to be fair to Chris Brown. You can't compare Montel Jordan to Chris Brown, though. You can't do that.
Different level.
Chris Brown works way too hard for a 2-hit wonder to be compared to him.
Hey man,
Name
another 6'5" singer. Gil Scott Heron. He was rapping.
I mean, okay, it's 6'5" singer. Name a midget singer. I mean, all right, fine.
All of them are midgets. You been around these celebrities, bro?
No, they are all definitely short. They are all definitely short. You kind of lose respect too, man. You're like, damn, nigga.
Exactly.
Damn, Jadakiss, you only 4'2"? Talking all that shit. All right, let's get it, man.
Right? He's divorced. You know why? He divorced because he thinking everything gonna be good with him and Kamala. You know what I mean? Nope, it didn't work out. You know why it didn't work out? And this is my opinion from doing the research and me just knowing how shit goes sometimes.
Real quick, somebody's cell phone keep popping off. Just, I guess maybe put it on, put the ringer or turn the ringer off or something. That joint was like, bing, bing. All right, let's get it.
That's right. I don't think she thought, her best play was to would have dug him off because of the relationships. But at the time, dug him off is in a whole ass marriage. So one can say, right now, nothing is out there that I ain't gonna say she necessarily I mean, they was fucking with each other all the way up on the back end, all the way up until 2013. That would just be preposterous, right? But when you think about it, it's like, hold on, Doug just came out. He trying to get ahead of it right now, right? He came out just recently saying that he cheated on his wife in 2019 with the nanny and ended up having a baby by the nanny. And that's why him and his wife ended up breaking up. Now, if Doug Himoff could admit to cheating in 2019 and he didn't meet Kamala until 2013, are we saying that Doug Himoff couldn't have been Kamala Harris way before that time, but he was in a married situation, and Kamala Harris, her political ties in San Francisco was way too big, and she was a part of a bigger scheme that was going on in San Francisco, which was she needed to announce her running for district attorney.
You know, you can tell this nigga was in court, bro. You can tell this nigga spent a lot of time in court.
Yeah. He know how to paint a picture the same way a lawyer do.
Yeah, he got that shit down, bro. He got that shit down. You could say, I mean, I ain't gonna, allege nothing, but yeah, he's pretty good, man. He's pretty good. He's
guilty
of San Francisco. So when you look at it like that, right? So let me take you back. This is 2020, 2021. Mayor Willie Brown announces his running for mayor again. Well, he's a shoo-in. Ain't nobody going against him. But Hallahan had,
I think he means 2000 or 2001. A lot of people, when they're talking, they mistake 2000 and 2020. Like,
when he was talking about the cheating on his wife, he said 2019. Didn't he mean 2009?
I think that's what he meant.
Yeah.
Well, no. Yeah. He definitely meant 2009. I see that with all these interviews. These interviews are off the cuff, so niggas make it.
I already know because we be doing that same thing. Like if we talking right now, we'll say the wrong year and shit like that when you try and recollect stories and all of that. So that's I just making sure so I can keep up because I'm trying to keep up my damn self. So he said he met her or something like that in 2013, but he announced his divorce or not his divorce, but that he was cheating in 2009 and so on and so forth. So I'm just trying to keep up with these years and dates and shit.
But yeah, that's a story now. Like I actually that story been floating around for the past couple of weeks, like about him cheating on the nanny and all that stuff. But all right, let's go.
That's competition now. Kamala Harris going up against, now Hallahan, he like, oh, I know what this dirty son of a bitch done did to me. Now, mind you, Hallahan was investigating the police department because of these officer-involved beating of these two men. 3 off-duty officers beat up two guys, and one of them had their son with him and all types of shit, whatever it may. He was investigating that, right? Now, what Mayor Willie Brown ended up doing, right, because he wanted to make sure that he was politically posturing, what he was doing. So he ended up taking one of his long-having friends who was in the police department for 27 years and promoted him to chief of police in San Francisco. Now let's look at this. Mayor Willie Brown becomes the first ever African-American mayor. He appoints the first ever Black police chief. And now here comes Kamala Harris, right? And the strategy is to make her, to get back at Hallahan, but also make her the first ever Black woman, Black person, period, district attorney of San Francisco. And now the whole of San Francisco being ran by the most powerful people in San Francisco is being ran by Black people, right? Now, Hallahan, he got hip to this shit. He said, you know what? I got you. He ended up putting an indictment. He indicted the chief of police, his homeboy, homeboy, and 8 others for conspiracy to cover up Fajita Gate, because that's what the case was called, Fajita Gate, because they supposedly, these off-duty officers got into it with these other guys, with some guys over some fucking fajitas. And that's how everything ended up happening. So now,
Fajita Gate is crazy.
Now,
Fajita Gate is insane, bro. But I mean, I ain't a taco nigga, but them fajitas in California are something to die for. I'm telling you, man, get you a California fajita, man. It's probably better than Mexico. It's something about, it's something about free fajitas, man.
Oh, free.
Free as in freedom.
Shit.
You cross that border, oh, I'm free. I'm gonna make the best tacos of my life. Let me stop. Let's go.
And he did that, because that was his last thing, that he can do. Because now, after he does that, within 2 months of that, he ends up having to drop that case on the chief. The chief goes off into leave because now his name is tarnished and so forth and so on. He takes leave. He's already old as a motherfucker anyway, or whatnot. And now you got Kamala Harris that's campaigning against Hallahan because she knows the whole office. So she's hitting him left and right, bang, bang, bang. And then his mishandling of Fajita Gate. And then you got Willie Brown that's hitting them over the head in these political circles, raising money with the Dianne Feinsteins who ended up backing Kamala Harris. You got all the biggest political names in San Francisco and California backing Kamala Harris. And that's not because of her relationship. That's because of Willie Brown. And then she goes on to win District Attorney of San Francisco. And now it's like, okay, how, at that moment, obviously she has to stay in San Francisco. Now, she can't necessarily come out with a dug him off or anything like that. And they'll never want to connect those dots, right? And it probably just didn't make sense. But to say that they didn't know each other until a blind day in 2013, I'm calling cap. Now, when she ran for district attorney, she said she was going to be smart on crime, right? Now, Hallahan was a progressive. He was the most progressive at that time, right? And And she acted like she was going to be more progressive than he was, right? And that's why you see like a lot of the right wing always say that, you know, she's ultra progressive and so on and so on, blah, 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 because that's how she promoted herself. But really, when you get into the weeds of it, she wasn't. She was really a diehard prosecutor that acted almost as a conservative. Because if you look at her record numbers, Kamala Harris locked up and convicted the most black people in San Francisco history under her 6 year in San Francisco than any other DA in San Francisco history. So how are you for us, and how was she that progressive when her records states the same?
We're going to stop it right there. We're going to stop it right there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see the rest of this video and the entire interview to its entirety, visit at The Art of Dialogue on YouTube. It is a great channel, has great interviews, and I appreciate them for not getting us blocked thus far.
Yeah. Shouts out to you.
Also appreciate the fair use. We are watching this video on the Fair Use Act, so, you know, hopefully YouTube recognizes that as well and doesn't restrict this video from gaining monetarily. But let's get it off the screen. All right. Kirk, Keyz, I want to start with you, man. Overall, what are you thinking?
I think it's fascinating to see how people maneuver behind the scenes when they not nobody yet, because they think that they can just plug and play stories together and piece them joints together and nobody's ever gonna figure it out. But boy, is that nigga Inspector Gadget, because everything he just pointed out seems like it's accurate as hell to me. And I mean, the only thing that sounds a little glamorized is like when we mocking her laughing in the courtroom, and you know she do that stupid ass cackle. I can't imagine nobody cackling in a courtroom, especially after you just sentenced a nigga to 50 years minimum. So that part might be a little glamorized, but beyond that, that's the most minuscule part about this whole situation. So I don't even care if that's the glamorization out of all of it. Everything else sounds so legit. Like, now I just want to go start researching and seeing how much sense it makes.
Facts. Mezzy, what do you think?
All I can see is the internet is undefeated.
Yeah.
Undefeated.
Undefeated.
I'm saying, you can search anybody and find their whole entire life story on the fucking internet.
That's true. If you dig deep enough, pause.
Right, exactly.
JP.
Well, guys, look. What really strikes me about Jamal is his resilience, right? He is so resilient, and after all that, he's out here doing the interviews and all in the videos, and you know, advocating for reform and stuff like that, trying to make sure no one go through what he went through. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to Jamal. That's strength right there. It's a side of the story that you're gonna hear from the mainstream. You know, ain't no white people involved, so you won't hear from this as much. You know, people like to sweep this under the rug and pretend it never happened. So in my view, the situation exposes the hypocrisy of folks like Kamala Harris.
Yeah, and it also, like I said, one thing I like about the Art of Dialogue's channel is he's a mainstream channel, like, but he is not afraid to. I don't know if he's necessarily a conservative black man, but I get the idea that he is because of the type of interviews that he posts and the type of questions that he asks, and the best performing videos on his channel, like the Judge Joe Brown joke he just did last week about Kamala. Like, that shit did crazy numbers.
I gotta check it out.
That shit did crazy numbers when Judge Joe Brown broke her ass down. Now, Judge Joe Brown been broke Kamala down, but the video he did on the Art of Dialogue is doing crazy numbers, like crazy.
So is this like an extension from Vlad TV?
No, well, I mean, with all due respect to this guy, I mean, he basically copied Vlad's shit and just made his own channel. Actually, him and Vlad were beefing for a little second because Vlad was like, look, I don't care if you copy my style, but like, you're going to copy me down to the font. Like, and now it looks like Now it looks. That's what Vlad said. Vlad was like, "Yo, you gonna use the same font as me for your shit? Like, come on, bro. Like, change the font, please." and a lot of people hate Vlad, but I respect Vlad's opinion in that regard. Like, a lot of dudes do exactly what Vlad been doing, and Vlad don't trip. But he like, dog, you can't go that hard.
I mean, the only thing with Vlad is that he's using black culture for his channel.
I mean, black people sign up for it,
and that's the problem I have with that shit. Like, it's a double-edged sword. Like, dude, you can't
sign up for
it. They go on his channel and start spewing their whole fucking career and shit on. Like,
bro, if niggas want to go to Vlad, because Vlad ain't paying niggas that much money.
I don't think he paying niggas shit.
I mean, I think he break off Boosie. He was paying Charleston White. Certain dudes he'll pay. You know what I mean? But Vlad is not paying these dudes and putting a gun to their head and saying, "Come tell me all your business." Like, these idiots are coming to him and spilling all the beans and getting themselves locked up or whatever. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, is he exploiting the culture? Probably, but I mean, it's America. It's a free country, bro. These niggas is doing it willingly. He ain't breaking no law.
That's true.
And his catalog is crazy. Like, I'm telling you, his catalog is so, like, he has literally every or anybody that's relevant to black people. He has an interview with them.
Okay. That's
true. I mean, he's even got an interview with Muriel Bowser. Like, he's interviewed every nigga. Every nigga possible. Vlad is interviewed.
He really got an interview with Mario. That shit really is crazy.
You know what I mean? And you could tell he wasn't even really into it.
He got Tony Lewis and Tony Lewis Sr. too.
Yeah, he got both of them. He got everybody, nigga. He's got everybody. John Witherspoon, anybody you could think of. He interviewed the nigga from
I couldn't believe the Mario Bowser interview. I almost thought I was being pranked when I saw that joint.
Bro, he interviewed what's the dude from Kane? What movie? Minister Society. He interviewed Kane from Minister Society. He's like, yo, I'm getting every nigga. I don't care. I'm getting every nigga.
Shit.
He's got an interview with everybody, bro. And he doesn't care what you think. I mean, it's all copyrighted and cataloged to him. Like, when he's dead, his kids are gonna eat forever off this shit.
That's true. That's very true. And his grandchildren.
Like, he's honestly, what we're witnessing from Vlad is like, this is, like I said, think whatever you want to think about Vlad. Like, he's not a perfect person. I don't even think he's a good person. I don't know him, but like, he appeared to be a good person. But he's a smart motherfucker.
Yeah, I'll give him that. I'll definitely give him that.
Now, I wanted to ask you guys, switch it up a little bit. Kirk, I'm not sure if you were watching from the top of the program, but there was a video about a police officer that's now being charged with like 10 different counts of murder in Ohio that I don't think should be charged. But Mezzi, what are your thoughts on that?
So, there's two things for that when I was looking at it, right? So, should he be charged for that murder? I would say no. Reason being because just like anybody else, if you have a 3-ton vehicle coming at you, you have a right to defend yourself with the appropriate amount of force. And at that time, it was his gun, right? However, though, she was pregnant. I know she did wrong, etc., but she was pregnant, and that child was innocent.
Well, hold up, though. How's he supposed to know she was pregnant? Like, a lot of chicks look, never.
I mean,
I didn't know that.
How was he supposed to know she was pregnant?
I mean, I'm assuming she arrived on the scene before she got in the car, or at least. I mean,
those were bottles in her shirt.
Right, but what I'm saying is, there's a fat woman walking in a liquor store. Why would a pregnant woman be walking in a liquor store?
That's true. I mean,
he's like, oh, she's a fat woman stealing liquor. Let me stop, ma'am. You can't steal that liquor. Oh, you gonna run me over? Pow. I mean,
like I said, for that part, he's justified in doing that. But however, unfortunately for him, there was an innocent child in her belly, which had nothing to do with the situation.
And the crazy thing is they're gonna try to charge him for the kid, but like, I thought that unborn babies weren't
Hey, if you're a Democrat, you believe this shit. But if you're a conservative, then he's going to go to jail for murder because you killed an innocent kid that had nothing to do with it.
Bottom line is this: she killed the innocent kid because you tried to run over a police officer who you know has a gun, who told you to stop after he caught you stealing liquor in a car with no tags. Like,
I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just saying the kid was innocent, regardless of who.
Of course, the kid was innocent, but like, I mean, that's endangerment from the mom.
The kid is accessory to the crime.
3 strikes, you're out.
Oh my God, Kirk.
Accessory to the crime.
I'm just saying, like, the mom was messed up for endangering her kid, and the cop was messed up for, I guess, being unaware that she was
You
pregnant.
can't just assume she was pregnant. Like, it's disrespectful to ask a woman, like, "Are you pregnant?" Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, nowadays, are you pregnant? Nah, man. I
don't know what the cop was thinking. I mean, you can't stop no car any fucking way. What the hell you doing in the goddamn front?
I think, like I said, I think he made a bad split decision. Like, I heard somebody say he got in the car just so he could shoot her. Like, that's stupid. Like, do you think these people wake up in the morning like, how can I ruin my career?
I'm gonna shoot me a nigga today.
Yeah, like who? I don't care how racist you might be. Niggas are not on your mind that much.
But here's the thing, right? When you don't put things in context, you get people in an uproar. But when you see what she did beforehand, and you're like, this bitch was robbing the fucking store. You know what I mean? What you expect to have happen? You know what I mean? Like, come on now.
Now he probably went to the front to give her a warning, like, hey, I got this drink pointed. Hey. And he felt that thrust, and boom.
Yeah, I mean, to me, they're trying to make this a big thing, but I mean, like, she got what she paid for. I mean, it's sad that she died, I guess, to her family, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, that day you was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, and you can't try to run over a cop, especially you can't try to run over anyone with a gun on their hip. It's just not smart.
Yeah, like I said, he's got a right to defend himself. I mean, unless you want to get run over by a car.
Right. And he didn't shoot the baby. He only shot one time. He shot one time in the vehicle. He didn't even shoot the kid. It wasn't even like no Sandra Massey shit where he was like, drop the pot. That's like that. Because, I mean, that dude, I mean, he's rightfully being charged. Like, I think he should be charged. The Sandra Massey nigga, he was out of line, period. I mean,
it's true.
Yeah. Pot of water, my nigga. Just back away.
Yeah, he was.
You could have literally turned your back on her and ran out the door. You already 40 feet away.
Went down too.
And you know this chick was crazy. Like, you know the chick was a lunatic.
Right.
Yeah.
Before you went in there.
You could look at her house. Oh yeah, this bitch crazy.
He was a lunatic too.
Yeah, he was. He was. I mean, and so I mean, rightfully, and they hitting him with premeditated murder. So I mean, he deserved it though. Yeah. Kirk, you didn't have any thoughts on that. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay, all right.
But it's an attack. It's really an attack on white straight men, though. You know.
Of course it is.
It's an attack on it's hard to be a white man these days.
Yeah, but you know what, man? But I said this a while ago on the show. Everything that's going on right now is their fault. And it's no disrespect. Let's just tell the truth. Like, all y'all had to do was ease up and be like, all right, look, black men, my bad for the shit that happened in the past. We all Americans. Boom. Here's a fair shot. Nope.
It would help.
Y'all decided to try to go around that and give everything to everybody else. And look where we are right now.
Right. No bullshit.
Look where we are right now.
Worse off.
It really, this is a conversation for another day, so I ain't trying to get into all that. Let's talk about the DNC. The other topic that we talked about was the DNC paying influencers.
Oh, man. I got some choice words for that black bitch.
Okay, all right. Now, hold on. Now, I got to tell you this. For the sake of the algorithm.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Please. But I get it though. I'm not here to reprimand you myself. I'm just saying YouTube is not playing games, bro. But go ahead. Share your thoughts.
My thing is kind of like it goes back to what Malcolm X said. You get the white liberals to use the black females to control the masses and everything. And on top of that, using influencer. I mean, here's a stark contrast, right? You have one candidate that's, like you said earlier, is being asked to come on their podcast, which is organic. You know what I mean? So in other words, there's going to be more people that's going to flock to this guy because it's more of an organic interview, right? Versus you having people pay you to have an interview. It means you're trying to force an agenda.
You're paying people to give them talking. Like they're paying people per post, 3,000 to 10,000 per post.
That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like,
and to specifically talk about Project 2025, like they literally orchestrated the whole Project 2025 talking point on TikTok.
And gave her talking points on top of that. That's what's crazy.
The thing is, they showed you how they was doing it. Right. Like, Kirk, I don't know if you saw that part, but like I showed a CBS News story about how the DNC is paying TikTok influencers to make posts.
Not surprised.
Yeah, upwards of $3,000 to $10,000 per post.
Mm-hmm.
And then
there's no shame in this. That's what's killing me. Like you're literally killing your own people. You're feeling no shame about it, and they're not even giving you policies to even regurgitate to us, to even just to look at you. You know what I mean? You just say
they're not even trying to fake policies no more. They ain't even put policies on. You already talked about this, Tripp. You the one that pointed it out to me. She only got policies on her website. RFK got policy on his website. Trump got policy on his website. Kamala ain't even got policy on her website, bro. We don't even gotta fake it for y'all. But to also think AKAs and fraternities, that's why I'm saying fuck them too, unapologetically, not no saving face or anything. Because on the first night, bro, without her saying we're gonna do anything for no niggas or anything, because 4 years ago she actually said she will not do anything for niggas. She's intentionally spoken out about not doing anything for us, but ain't even like started to lean towards like, yeah, we're gonna get y'all some rights. The reality is, after doing that blatantly, when they handpicked her up and put her on their platform, the next night they went and raised however many millions of dollars for her,
100 million or something like
that.
Yeah. I mean, at least that's what they're reporting.
Yeah, that's what they're reporting. Also, I don't believe that, because here's you gotta remember reporting numbers. They said 44,000 black women got on, or 4,400. Nah, they said 44,000. 44,000 black women got on a call. They ain't no 44,000 black women getting on a call the next night after Kamala Harris got declared. They don't care that much. Like that's a media number. That's one of them Gematria media little BS numbers that they be putting out in the media just to say, yeah, our plan is continuing. So like, I don't believe that either. But to even fake like all them people got together, and I know AKAs who have argued with me about they were on the call too, and so like that was real. It really happened. I was a part of the call. All this and that. I'm like, then my respect level for you just decreased, because you hopping out here doing it too. And you caping for them. You're arguing with me about this whole conversation when you know what I know, and you know some of it too. Like, that's what's crazy to me. There are people who have gone down this path, are just as enlightened as all of us about what's really going on out here. And just because Kamala, the AKA Howard graduate, is now the representative, all of a sudden they're like, yeah, fuck everything that we know. We going with this identity politics. And that shit is mind blowing to me.
Yeah, it's. I got members of my family who they know me, I know them. So like, it's not personal, but like, it's just funny because it's like, otherwise you guys are smart people, but like, I don't understand. Like, I can sit and say all the most logical shit, show you things, and then people turn around. Even the men. I expect this shit from women. I expect emotional responses from women. What I'm most disappointed with is in these men, bro. You're supposed to be a man.
Supposed to be.
And you sitting up here telling me you excited for a woman to lead you where?
That's what
See, but that comes from group thinkers
and low testosterone people, man. Like, how do you want a woman to lead you?
They're group thinkers, just like these influencers that are being paid. They're like puppets. They're like puppets. You know what I'm saying? It's all about keeping them blind, angry, and dependent.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, like I said, no, I love women. The women know that, but at the same time, like women don't even want to. Women talk shit about wanting to lead, but then when they have to lead, they complain about it. They complain about it. So you mean you still can't help me with my light bill? Shorty, you decided to be strong and independent.
Right.
That's the whole problem with this whole mess, bro. Like, these women fought for the right to be like men, and then they mad now that men are treating them the way they want to be treated.
Ass backwards.
This is what you want. So, I don't know, man. But yeah, as far as the DNC goes, though,
they're struggling. It's like they're reaching now. They're out of options of how to get basically, I guess, more people onto their side, because everybody's leaving the Democratic Party, going to the Republican Party now. So. The
fact that you sent a message to Dr. Umar Johnson just shows how out of touch you are with society.
Like, Umar's already against you anyway. He was already speaking against Kamala way before he even sent that message.
I'm just like,
oh yeah, that's what I saw. I was gonna say I seen the links of which y'all are talking about, but I can't remember who. But yeah, Umar did post that. They asked him to post about whatever. I don't remember what specifically.
I posted it earlier. I talked about it earlier on the show. Like, I posted the post and everything. Like,
he said he ain't posting it, but he said he would like to have a conversation now.
Right.
I mess with that, yeah.
But and then Marcellus Wiley, former NFL player.
He posted it too?
Well, no, his YouTube page is popping. But they said he's a known conservative. They sent him a text message talking about, come to the DNC, we'll pay you $20,000, blah 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 blah. So he posted a screenshot on his shit. Like, these people crazy, bro.
That's what's up.
It's just sad, dog. I mean, Trump is,
man, they desperate.
Trump is getting like natural, like people from the popular world are naturally
siding with him. He
doesn't
have to pay nobody. Elon Musk is paying him.
Yeah, because Trump joked. He was like, "Yo, how much are you paying me for this?" He was like, "These are the biggest numbers in history."
Yeah, I'm saying Elon's paying him monthly though. That's a known fact. He's paying him monthly to help his campaign.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
so that's what I'm saying. They're going out to pay celebrities to follow them, to lead masses to them, and you got celebrities paying Trump to keep doing what he's doing. Is what I'm saying. It's the opposite.
Yeah,
that's true.
And as far as that money that they say that she claimed, I mean, that she made, bro, you got to remember, Biden already made money. So when Biden quit, all that money, the only reason that they even let Kamala do this is because all the money that Biden raised can only go to Kamala.
Right.
It can only go to Kamala because she's on his ticket. Like, other than that, that money would have had to just been pissed off somewhere.
I didn't even think about that, and that's real.
No, but per law, like, that money could have only went to her.
Yeah, I feel you.
Right. Yeah, it could only be transferred to her because he's already in the campaign.
Yeah. I feel you.
They threw the Zoom and they was like, we're just gonna donate all this money to her and make it seem like a bunch of black women paid it. and then we'll do a black men joint. The black men joint was sad. That was some of the saddest shit I ever seen. Niggas was crying or soft shit, man. Sad to see, man.
It is. God damn.
And then the white dudes for Kamala. I talked about that shit the other day. The dude, the father from Get Out, was one of the main speakers on white guys for Kamala. I'm like, how does this even happen, bro?
That's a paid actor. He got paid.
Well, most of the whole shit was like Hollywood people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I'm like, you actually had the dude from Get Out?
That's crazy, man.
You actually had the dude from Get Out on white guys for Kamala Zoom. This is crazy, bro.
And then you let black people see that shit. I mean, intelligent black people like, oh, hold on, man.
When I saw it, I said, hold up, I recognize it. That That's the motherfucker from Get Out. That's him. This is the dude that was stealing black people's bodies and making them slaves or whatever he was doing on Get Out. That's the dude, dog.
Yeah, he was pimping them out. That's what he was doing.
Man, let me find that damn. Anyways, fellas, it's been real. It's getting late. I'll give everybody a chance to give their final thoughts. I won't give mine because I've been talking too much anyway. We'll start with you, JP.
Hey, man, I just want to say thank you for inviting me to the show. Shouts out to Trippin Aint, Easy, man. Homie down there, Kirk and Keyz. Thank you for coming through, man. Our perspective was definitely heard. And about the situation, just appreciate. I want to give a shout out to Jamal again. And he out and doing his thing. Okay?
Facts. Thanks, JP. And we'll go with you, Mezzy.
Oh, I'm gonna just keep it short and sweet. Trump 2024. Trump 2024. I'm gonna keep all the other salacious shit to myself this time.
Look at my African American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest?
I'm the greatest.
All right, Kirk, what you got, man?
I ain't got nothing, man. Great episode.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So look, ladies and gentlemen, listen. It's been a great show. Appreciate you guys for watching. Everybody on YouTube, Rumble, the hell with Instagram. They canceled me for nothing. And Facebook. Peace out. Catch you on the next one.
Violent crime is surging in Louisiana. Woke leaders blame the police. I blame the criminals. A mom should not have to look over her shoulder when she's pumping gas. I voted against the early release of violent criminals, and I opposed defunding the police. Look, if you hate cops just because they're cops, the next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead. I'm John Kennedy, and I approve this message.
It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life. With mental expression full of life. Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying cool. With mental expression full of life. Fresh goes better, mental expression. Fresh goes better with mental expression full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life. With mental expression full of life. Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying cool. With mental expression full of life. Fresh goes better, mental expression. Fresh goes better with mental expression full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
It may be a bad shot, but this is real. I mean, the bones, that's real.
Yeah, my bones, yeah. I'm 5'7" and thin. I can understand what you mean.
But that's not just thin.
No, what is it? Diane, tell me. Do you know?
It's scary thin.
I can believe what you feel. I can believe that. But do you really know? Do you really know?
No, you know.
Thank you.
Anorexia.
No way.
They've written it.
No way.
Bulimia.
No way.
That it's because of drugs.
No. Now, I grant you, I partied. But there have been times when I know I was going through a lot of emotional stress and my eating habits were awful.
Whitney dying. Crack rehab fails.
First of all, let's get one thing straight. Crack is cheap. I make too much money to ever smoke crack. Let's get that straight, okay? We don't do crack. We don't do that. Crack is whack.
Cops say the man pulling the trigger is 18-year-old LeVar Roach, a known gangbanger, according to detectives. A desperate manhunt is on for Roach, who is considered armed and dangerous. I showed his mugshot to this man.
Definitely concerns me a little bit, you know what I mean? But, you know, I packed that thing too, so he come around this way, you will get caught.
Hey, Cookie, more pecani sauce. This ain't paste pecani sauce.
What's the difference?
Cookie, paste pecani sauce is made in San Antonio with fresh vegetables and spices by people who know what pecani sauce is supposed to taste like.
This stuff's made in New York City?
New York City?
Get a rope.
Pick up the original pecani sauce. Pick up the pace.
What up, Council? I'm here to discuss artificial intelligence. AI is going to take all of our jobs and render us useless. And I, for one, am stoked. I hate jobs. I had a job once, and everyone there talked in weird voices. AI is going to 86 all of that. But we'll still need money. That is why I'm asking the government to step up and make sure we're breaded. We are proposing a small payment plan, or small PP, of $10G a month for every citizen so we can party and look hot and enjoy our free time. Now, we can't afford to just sit back and have AI bust through and not have a plan. We got to make sure people have food and houses so we can party and rage in peace. So instruct AI to pay all of us, and then you dudes can retire gracefully before you get replaced, and we'll see you at the beach. The bonfires will be epic. Everybody will be hot.
Yeah, my son so dumb, my son so dumb. Yeah. My son so dumb, IQ 21. He tried to make friends, but they call him Ching Chong. He eat the wonton, but he fat like Kim Jong. He's so ugly when he smile, he look like the King Kong. My son useless, can't play ping pong. He tried to get a date with the girl Soo Young, but she said hell no, cause he not that handsome. And my son so broke, can't buy the dim sum. Yeah. My son so dumb, my son so dumb. Yeah. My son is so dumb, yeah. He texts Mingly, but she picked me. Too bad he broke, can't buy the milk tea. If he talk back to me, then he get his ass beat. Cause if you try me, then I do the Tai Chi. Just listen to your mommy and go eat the kimchi. Or I sell your kidney for $2.50. Do not think I forgot you got being Chinese. Ancestor look down on you, go say sorry. Yeah. My son so dumb, my son so dumb, yeah, yeah, yeah. My son is so dumb, yeah. My son so dumb, IQ 21. He tried to make friends, but they call him Ching Chong. He eat the wonton, but he fat like Kim Jong. He's so ugly when he smile, he look like the King Kong.
Welcome to McDonald's, may I help you? What's up, Jake? What up? Where's Calvin? At the J.O.B., man. What? He's still flipping those burgers at Mickey D's? Here's your order.
Thanks, Calvin.
He's not tired of that yet. Could be kicking it with us, man. Having big fun. He says he has a plan, man. Meet the newest member of our management team, Calvin.
Congratulations.
All right, man. Manager, dude. Cool. Right. Yep, I'm part of the management team now, Mama.
Oh, baby, I'm so proud of you.
Don't rip my boy too hard now. Yeah, you're right, because he does wear some fresh clothes. Yo, Calvin. Welcome to the hood. May we help you? So, not much. Well, I'm out. Hey, yo, Calvin. Man, what's the word on that job thing? Oh, man, you know, not for me. For a friend of mine.
I'm Michael Jordan. McDonald's restaurants have given me this time to talk to you about something we both really care about, kids. Kids are the reason McDonald's sponsors their Get It Straight program, a national drug awareness effort. Think about this. Many of you using drugs out there now are under 18. Do you realize that at 18, you have lived only 1/4 of your life? When you're using drugs, you're only cheating yourself out of the chance to find out who you really can be. And believe me, if you don't use drugs, you can just about be anything you want to be. Listen, you got at least 3/4 of your life to go. That's 3 more lifetimes to you. So don't blow it. Don't do drugs. If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help. McDonald's wants you to give yourself a chance to find out all the wonderful things you really can be. And so do I.
Is there anyone out there who still isn't clear about what doing drugs does? Okay, last time. This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
This is your brain. And this is heroin. This is what happens to your brain after snorting heroin. And this is what your body goes through. Wait, it's not over yet. This is what your family goes through. And your friends and your money. And your drugs and your self-respect and your future. Any questions?